In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make one of the easiest and most fluffy pillow donuts. It requires no equipment whatsoever. Okay, let's get started.
Hey thieves!
I want to apologize for the noise it's going to be throughout this video, and that's because we are outside. Okay.
What up? What's good? How you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna make some donuts. I know there's a change of really in our typical content creating space. We're outside today. We're outside, we're of God. So today we're gonna make some basic donut. This is just a plain donut that can be amplified, twisted wherever you want it to be. You can make crumble donuts, you can make milky donuts, which I absolutely hate. But let's get started and let me show you our ingredients for today.
Our ingredients are some white sugar, salted butter, 2 whole eggs, yeast, milk, and some flour. That's all you need. Let's get started.
If you're excited about this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up down below. Also subscribe and join the family. I really love to tell you on my channel. You're on the road to 500 subscribers. Okay, get us there. Let's get started. Now this can be tweaked to however you want it. This is a base donut for every donut recipe. There are some donuts that doesn't require you to use egg. If you need a recipe on that, please just let me know and I'll be sure to provide it for you. For those of you who have egg allergies, just let me know and I'll create a recipe for you. Just let me know in the comments section, okay?
First things first, we're going to grab our bowl so that we're going to add in our milk. Make sure your milk is at room temperature. We're going to add in our white sugar and then we're going to add in our yeast. This is dry active yeast. Now we're going to mix this all up. If you have a stand mixer, it's just time for you to just pop it in, or you can use your whisk just to give it a light mix. Now we're going to crack in our eggs. Like I always say, always crack your eggs. If you're not sure of your eggs, crack them into a separate bowl before you pour them into your mixture. But yeah, some days your eggs will go bad and you might not even notice. Now we're going to mix this up again just to make sure the eggs get incorporated, well before you add in your dry ingredients. Now it's time for us to add in our flour. Don't worry, as usual, the recipe will be in the description box. Please make sure you check it out, and if you have further questions, let me know in the comment section. We're going to add in our dry ingredients, which is our flour and some salt. If you're using salted butter like the way I use, be mindful of the salt you're adding. I'm going to give this a quick stir and ditch the wicks and going with our God-given instrument or equipment, which is our hands. Make sure your hands are clean. You're going to need this for a while. For let me say about 1 to 2 minutes, just till the flour is fully incorporated. Now that our flour has fully been incorporated into our dough, it's time for us to add in our butter or margarine, whichever one you have on hand. You make sure your butter is at room temperature too, so they don't tear your dough when you're working with them, or you don't have large clumps of butter when you bite into your donut. Although they'll melt on the fire dough, but it's just gonna be weird. Just make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature. Alright. Now we're going to need this for about 8 minutes. This is an arm workout, but if you have a stand mixer, that would be the best option for you. Alright. Now this dough is gonna be very sticky, and I don't suggest you kneading it the way you ought to. This is the method I use to knead the dough. Pick it up from the bottom and just slap it against the bowl. This is the most efficient method you can use to get the dough to be smooth and stretchy. If you are feeling slightly irritated with the dough on your hands because this dough is going to be sticky, feel free to scrape it down with a scraper or with a spoon or with a blunt knife so you don't cut yourself. And you can use the scraper to scrape down the bowl for you to continue kneading the dough. Our 8 minutes has elapsed and we are done kneading the dough. How you know the dough is ready if it does not stick to the palm of your hand? Yes, it's a sticky dough, but once you have kneaded your dough, it becomes elastic a bit, so the gluten develops and it does not stick to the palm of your hand. You're going to cover it and let it rest for about 30 minutes in a warm place just to quicken the process. Or you can place it in your fridge overnight whenever you're ready to use it. Alright, let's go. Now our dough has doubled in size beautifully. We're going to take off our cling film which we used to wrap up the bowl, and we're going to deflate it a little bit. If your dough is too sticky, I suggest you oil your hand or you flour your hand. Now it's time for us to flour the work surface in which we're going to place our dough with, because we don't want our dough to stick to the table and make it a huge mess.
Now we're going to dump it on our work surface. I don't want to hear, oh my god, it's sticky. Yeah, it's sticky. Okay, just work with it and it's going to be what is in the end. We're going to floor the top and our table so it does not stick or make us angry when we're working with it. We're going to cut this out. I don't know or I don't care how you want to shape yours. This is how I shape mine. You can put yours on the scale and measure to get even circles. This is for like the family, just for consumption. But if it's for business wise, we're going to take our scale and we're going to measure them out. I'm so sorry, what I was doing was out of frame. I did not actually notice it, but it's going to roll up your ball as tightly as possible, very tight. It's going to roll it up into a little cute ball. And I forgot the foil plates cover. This was I'm going to use today to place our dough on it. So while we are cutting up the rest, it don't stick to where we place it on. You can use some baking paper, but I just feel like this is more economical because you can still reuse it. We are done, and this is our army of donuts, which are going to second proof for about 30 minutes. Cover and let it proof for 30 minutes, no more than that. All right? Time to add some oil to our hot pot. And how you know your oil is ready for frying? If you dip a stick into it and it bubbles, you're going to gently place our dough inside. Be careful, do not splash hot oil on yourself. We don't want that. Okay, we don't want it. Careful. All right. Now we have to fry this on a medium low heat. We don't want the oil too hot so they don't get burnt easily, and we don't want the oil too cold so they don't soak up the oil. All right, I know I say this of all right. I'm sorry, just pardon me. All right. Oh, sorry. Now it's time for us to flip our donut. Ooh, she's beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Be careful because this bubbles so fast. And honestly, I can stay at this all day long and not get tired. This is a work of art. Scoop it out. Be careful. Be careful. Ooh. There you have our beautiful and delicious donuts. Look at the white pillow lines. I know you guys are here for one thing, which is for the taste test, and I'm so excited to announce to you guys that I had some pretty interesting taste tester on the video. All right, let's see the cross section of this donut. Picking it up, it was so thick and so fluffy, and look at the cross section. Look at the soft baby. Now give it a taste test.
So bouncy.
And before any of you who always have something to say about their reaction, saying, oh, they're faking it, or maybe I asked them to act that way. No, they actually tasted this off camera and their reaction was so priceless. And I begged them to be on camera, which they were so excited for. Okay. And everybody liked it. Yeah.
Behind the scene with the chop.
And that concludes our video for this week. If you like this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up down below. Also subscribe and join the family. Alright? Don't forget to breathe, eat, and live a best life because that's what you owe yourself. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.
Mommy, she's having content creator block. Wait first. Yeah.
Okay.